thoughts. Give me or what?
So close.
So close.
Yeah, right. All right.
We live?
Welcome to episode 3 of Fair Enough.
Yes, sir. Number
With
3.
your hosts, Sunny and Boogie.
What up? What up, Bo?
Hello. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a whole 2
Week.
days. Week? Oh, yeah, week.
Week, right?
No, we kicked it today.
That's true. I meant just like since the last time
Yeah.
we saw each
Oh,
other.
no, we're like 10 days away.
Yeah.
Or 10 days apart.
Yeah, that's true.
What you been up to, man?
Just traveling, seeing my nephew.
Tight. It was his
hanging
birthday,
out.
right?
It was his birthday. His very
Nice.
first birthday.
Yep. Young bull, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's large and in charge. Guy's in the 99 percentile of size of babies. He went to the doctor. Crazy. He's like the size of a 2-year-old,
Really?
and he just turned 1. So
How big is his dad, though?
he's like a little shorter than me, I think.
His dad? I thought he was
Yeah.
like my height.
No, he's very built,
built?
but he's not
Oh, okay.
he's not super tall. My
Oh.
sister's not short for a girl, I guess. She's like 5'7". So yeah,
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
Well, your mom's kind of tall.
Kind of, yeah.
A little bit.
We're just a bunch of giants around here, man. Just
Well, who's we?
my family.
Yeah. Bigger than my family. My mom's like 5'2".
Yeah, but your dad's big.
My dad is like 6'3".
Yeah, that's pretty good. You guys will get to know everything about us
How's
over,
that?
over these many episodes of Fair Enough.
Oh, you talking to them?
Them.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys.
You'll know enough. Maybe a little
As
too
we
much.
improve, yeah, you might even get a little more than you'd like
Yeah, a little behind the
from
scenes.
us.
Yeah.
I
This guy likes to streak.
streak. I had friends that got arrested for streaking.
Really?
Yeah.
I was joking.
Yeah, well, off scene, I'll tell you.
I have a friend that got his ass whooped. So this whole time, let me tell you the story and then I'll tell you what I thought about it and then what actually happened. So there was one night, they were all chilling. I wasn't there, but I've heard this story so many times I feel like I was. They were all chilling at these apartments across the street from my neighborhood. And they're just hanging out, drinking, whatever. And then there was one of my buddies, he was there. He had a couple beers, but nothing crazy. You know what I mean? They had some girls there or whatever. And so, long story short, out of nowhere, this fool just starts tripping. He starts tripping. He starts taking off his clothes. Yeah. He starts
This is a couple beers in.
a couple beers deep. That's it. He had maybe like 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's
He
spicy.
starts taking off his clothes. And they're like, yo, chill, bro. Like, what are you doing? He's like, nah, going off. And I've seen him drink in person, and I 100% believe it. He starts taking off his clothes. He ends up taking off his pants and his boxers. There's like 8 chicks there, dick out. And then he starts trying to run across traffic. So he's going from like the back of the apartments. It's probably a good 100 yards. The back of the apartments, running to the front, and then trying to go off, like, running the traffic. My homie caught him before he did that. He tackled him, butt naked, and he was trying to hold him down. He was fighting him the whole time.
Did you like it?
Who? Pause. They were trying to hold him down.
Right.
They couldn't. He ended up getting up. The other homie came and they had to beat the shit out of him and knock him out for him to like chill out.
And so what's the deal? He's just a lightweight?
He's just
or
a
is
lightweight. But when they told me the story, I thought they said he had been on salvia.
That would
So
make
that's
way more sense.
that's what I said. And so I found out maybe like 8 years later. He's like, no, he was just like had a couple beers. I said, oh my god,
That's,
a couple
that's
beers
rough.
and you're running naked.
I don't think I'd be drinking anymore.
Yeah, the cops came. They ended up being able to like you
Beating
know,
him up.
yeah, you know, they showed him the nightstick. They put it in and they opened it, you know.
The full,
But yeah,
the full
man.
length of the law.
The long arm of the law. Huh?
Well, that's unfortunate for him. Hopefully he's moved past that in life. Was he a rapper?
Was he a rapper?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't a rapper. Oh, Jesus, seamless. You know, we could just go naturally.
Yeah?
Yeah, we could just get there.
We could. I just was wondering if he was a rapper.
He wasn't a rapper, but you know what's funny? I do have some videos that I may put out there one day of him and my other friend rapping.
I want to see him.
On party favors. So it's pretty
That'll
hilarious.
be Patreon stuff.
Yeah. OnlyFans maybe. We'll have him get naked and then rap.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be in his element.
Yeah, definitely.
I do feel like there's a certain type of people that they reach a level when they're intoxicated in any way, shape, or form, where they have this urge to take their clothes off.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that they tend to be people that are already very comfortable in their body.
Like the guy that that shows up to a party in like tuxedo pants and a bow tie and no shirt.
Yeah,
Like that guy. Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, they're not always like the most. Like they think it's way cooler than it is.
It's never cool.
Yeah, it's. I think Will Ferrell did it one time and it was cool. In Old School.
Were you there?
Did you ever watch Old School?
No.
We're going streaking.
No, I never.
I think that's the only like good reference to streaking I can think about.
I think Cuba Gooding Jr. I think he got like arrested and caught like a case
I was gonna say, didn't
for
he?
getting naked at a
sexual
party or something like
assault or
that.
something?
Yeah, and like trying to run up on people.
Good Will Hunting. No, what was the movie that Cuba was it? Good Will Hunting.
Which one?
Trying to. There was like, what's the movie that if you'd say he's famous for any movie, it would be that one. Not Radio.
No. I mean, if you're asking me, I mean, Boys in the Hood. But I think he was in Jerry Maguire was the one that kind of made him
Made him
mainstream.
famous.
Yeah.
I think the only movie I really remember him clearly in is the one. Of course, I don't know the title of it, but the deep sea welding, or that he wears like those huge.
The scuba suit?
Yeah, but it's the ones from like the 1930s that
Yeah.
are like they look like giant metal,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
Bioshock type.
I remember.
Yeah, and he goes. I think he's a welder for the Navy or something. Man of Honor. No, is it Man of Honor?
We can always look it up.
We're gonna have to look
We have a
that one
computer
up.
right here.
Jamie.
Pull it up. Boogie.
Cuba Gooding Jr. I want to say Man of Honor, but
Man of Honor.
is that it?
Let me look it up, man.
Let's see.
You know I can't type. Yeah, I guess that would be it.
Yeah, that's the one that I remember the clearest. It was a good movie.
De Niro's in there?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's like the one that's hard on him. He's like the old head.
The old stern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good movie.
I was just watching. Have you ever seen Mean Streets?
No, Mean
With
Streets.
Harvey Keitel, De Niro, and then all the old like mobster
Is this on
actors.
Netflix?
No, so it was,
Mm.
but I ended up buying it on YouTube. It's only like $5 or whatever.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's Scorsese's first movie or one of his first movies, 1973.
Worth checking out.
Yeah, I like it. It's one of my.
I feel like I got to do another rerun of The Goodfellas just to, in honor of what's his name? The guy that died.
Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yep.
Yeah, Ray Liotta.
Was he that old?
No, I think he had like a heart attack or something, right?
Everybody's getting heart attacks these days.
Well, yeah, I mean, he bad. I'm waiting for mine.
Don't say that. Ray.
He didn't look good though.
He didn't.
Yeah, he looked.
Drugs will do that to you.
Yeah. Shit. I don't know how he died.
It's crazy
63.
how much he looks the part outside of the movie. Guys just forever.
He
There's
just
just
looks
people
Italian.
that have the look, and he's one of them.
Born in Newark, New Jersey, in the
Yeah.
50s. I mean, he's fits the script.
Yeah, the stereotype.
Is he a? Was he a like a gangster of any sort? Is he like a street kid or
don't know
anything?
his history.
I don't know what they called him in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
He had to, but I guess he kind of had to be back then, right?
In those areas at that time period, yeah,
In Newark?
probably had to be a little
Connected?
tough and connected.
Wise
yeah.
guy?
A wise guy.
Be a wise guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, oof. Damn, boy. Eat a
Yeah.
vegetable, my jeez. It's a fall from grace right there, boy. Damn.
We don't get to choose always.
Yeah, it was right. Black don't crack, so I'll be alright.
That's what they say.
You ever seen a.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi? Bro, Whoopi. I'd smash.
No, you would not.
Whoopi?
You would
Bro.
not. 100%, you would not.
Who do you think you're talking to, bruh?
Look at her right now, like on the View.
That. She looks like.
She's-
like
She looks like
a marble
Yeah, oh my
Socrates.
yeah.
Or Plato or one of them. A bust.
She looks like the Giving Tree from Pocahontas or something.
Never
It's
seen
like
it.
the tree, the talking tree.
I never seen the movie.
You never seen Pocahontas?
No.
Did you watch Disney movies growing up?
Yeah, I seen the Lion King. Aladdin. Yeah,
Lion King was
Pocahontas.
good.
You would smash him,
Nope.
on a slow night in the 80s. No?
You're off off on this one. It's not,
Bro,
it's not me.
what do you mean? Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
She looks like somebody's uncle.
Yeah, she's like in drag. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
Real hot.
what you want.
I can't wait till we have the screen so people can see.
See what the fuck we're talking. We're talking shit on.
Because if there's anybody that,
So who would you?
who's the oldest woman you would
No.
smash?
What Who was like your black girl crush growing up?
Black girl crush.
But like older lady, not like a young chick, not like Lauren London or anything.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm trying to think. You've seen Baby Boy, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck
Not
that
her.
movie.
I know you
Fuck
do.
Baby
That's
Boy.
what I said.
Fuck that movie.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's something I'd have to think about.
Felicia Rashad.
I don't know their names, but there was a lot of movies that I saw when I was younger where I was like,
Give me a movie.
It's one of those Tyler Perry movies.
Medea. Tight.
Medea
You're-
is the one.
You're progressive, bro. That's fucking messed up.
Yeah. Just really open to all kinds.
Woo! Damn, that's rough.
No, he had some movies that I can't remember. It was like the same guys in every movie that he would have too.
Yeah.
And I just can't remember because there's definitely like some super pretty ones, but I couldn't even tell you their names.
Yeah.
I don't. Man. I mean, I guess like everybody growing up, Beyonce was like always like hot to everybody, but
That's what I'm saying. Those don't count.
she was like, you know, it was back in Destiny's Child.
The it girl.
Yeah. Who was Kelly Rowlands was. But
Kelly
again,
Rowland?
She wasn't older either. So.
No, but that's a good one.
Yeah, Kelly Rowlands she was hot.
Let me see.
That was the one that was with Nelly, right? On like
On the
on the song. She was texting him on a on a graphing calculator or some shit.
on a Palm Pilot or some bullshit. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had her time.
Oh,
You know, Missy
Right there.
Elliott.
Missy Elliott, that's your WCW.
That's we're 2 for 2 on Missy Elliott references. Last
We
part.
might just keep it going.
Just
bro.
flip it and reverse it. Who else, man? There's gotta be other ones. Who was yours?
Me?
Sade.
Sade. I never even knew what she looked like
Yeah.
because I just knew the music. You know what I mean?
Aaliyah. Again, not a young one.
But at that age,
Personally, yeah. I'm just trying to think if there's any older.
I'm thinking of like a good, I can't think of one. That's sad though.
It's
Let me see. Oh. Anyways,
Lisa Lesbian.
Lisa Leslie. Fuck, bro, damn.
Amazonian.
You know, I liked when I seen ATL. I was what's her name? Lauren London, Nipsey's wife.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
and then Megan Good.
I remember my mom would put on Soul Train and stuff on the TV.
Really?
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And she would like work out while it was on and stuff, and I would just be like just like sitting in the
Yeah.
living room, and I'd just see all these people dancing, and I was like, "What is this?"
Did you try?
Yeah, it was just very different than anything else.
Yeah,
That was back in the great days of music television, man. Because they had like that. They had the VH1, what was it called? Where they had the music videos with like the fun facts that would pop up.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There was that. There was TRL. There was just like actual music on
Mhm.
TV. We don't have that anymore.
Well, now they just incorporate it into the show.
Now they just
And they tell you, the artist or whatever in the corner.
right. I don't know how music videos make money anymore because it's like unless you go on YouTube and look for it specifically, like where do you see music videos?
YouTube.
Yeah. But like for us, when we had the Levi's stores,
Yeah.
we had all the music videos playing on the TVs all the time.
Yeah.
My dad built like this entertainment center with a bunch of little TVs,
Yeah.
and they would all be playing like. That's where I like learned most of the music, like Gangsta's Paradise and like all that's like it's like burnt into my memory because
They played it off of
it was always in the store.
Yeah.
That Snoop Dogg's the one where he turns into is it Doggy World or the one where he turns into a Doberman? You know what I'm talking about? and he starts running out of a chick's house in the music video.
Whew, that's a throwback.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
So what did they have it like on a channel or
Fight for
something?
Your Right by the Beastie Boys. That was one of my favorite music
Fight for Your
videos.
Right, yeah.
It was I
old
think it
music
was like
on-
VH1 or MTV.
Yeah, well, I know they have channels now, like on cable, that have nothing but videos.
So that's what it was.
Yeah,
It was basically like that, and yeah, we just had it playing in the store all the time. So
Yeah.
that was like that music was just ingrained into
Just
my
all
memory.
fucking day,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we had a wall, not a wall. It was like a picture frame, but was it a push pin board? And
Yeah.
we had all these patches of different bands, all these different
Awesome.
patches, and it was sick. Like I would just stare at all of them all the time.
Yeah.
And there's just, it was like back when there was a cool art aspect behind all the music being made. There was like the CD covers, the music videos. There's like way more behind it. Now it's just the music's out. Nobody's really caring.
Yeah,
about
nobody
the
really cares.
stuff.
Now it's like your Instagram and
Yeah. Well, now it's the spectacles in concert, right? It's like you almost go secondary for the music and mainly for the spectacle that you're watching. At least a lot of people, not us in particular, but like, like the way at the Travis Scott concert where people got like sampled over or whatever.
Yeah.
There's like this giant mouth entrance of like Travis
Oh, I see
Scott's
what you're
head,
saying,
like
yeah.
or like EDC and the giant owl, and like it's more of the spectacle than it is the actual quality of the content.
Yeah, especially something like that. He had, what was it, like Astro Fest, right? It was a whole festival, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
that's
was like I
completely
guess
different.
very very parallel to like Moloch and like the entering the demon's mouth and Satanism.
Yeah,
which
well,
is
I
great
mean, all
for
those
society.
all those things are like that. I mean, EDC is a fucking heathen festival, bro. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's
They're tapping into that side of things. So
yeah,
Sure.
Burning Man, all that shit. It's all just
yeah,
debauchery.
Burning Man at least has more of this like concept of like renewal. Because that's like the idea is like you're destroying. I mean, granted, it's still
You're
super
gonna go
weird
do
and
a
out
bunch
there.
of drugs in the desert and renew what?
Yourself.
Not shower.
It's a cleansing experience of your
We're gonna
existence
get
in
dirty
this, in
and
this
not
society.
shower.
I
Clean.
It's one of
ourselves.
those things where I feel like I would experience it one time, just to
Well, I mean,
just
that's
to see
all,
what
you
it's
know
all
what I mean?
about.
I
But
feel the
there's
same
people
way
that go,
about
like,
EDC.
Every year.
You got to see what the hype is about eventually.
Yeah. Well, see, and EDC now is such a different animal than what it was when I went.
When did you go?
Because I went the last year it was in LA before I moved to Vegas, so it was 2009, 2010,
Oh, okay.
summer of 09, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was crazy. I remember the only reason I went is because I showed the trailer to my dad on YouTube.
He wanted
And he
you
was
to go,
like,
right?
yeah, he was just like, why aren't you going to this? And then he paid for me and Johnny to go, and that was it. We went. But the other thing is, EDM then was nowhere near
Not
the
even
EDM
close,
now.
yeah.
It was a bunch
It was
of
all like
bop, bop,
dubstep,
bop,
right?
yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Ooh, that shit was.
It was very loud and very irritating.
It went through a rough period.
Yeah.
Dubstep
No,
was
now I
rough.
think EDM is coming into its own as like.
Some of it's
there's
still
a good,
awful.
yeah,
but,
agreed.
Yeah.
But that's always going to be the case.
Yeah.
There's always like
The purest
right. And there's like the screamo of the rock, and there's the.
pig squealing.
That's right. Nobody likes a pig squeal.
I mean, I guess everything gets watered down eventually. Kind of like this double XL freshman list we got going on here.
Double XO freshman.
With maybe one person I've heard of, Babyface Ray.
Does he have a baby face?
I mean, a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If he shaved it,
Yeah.
kind of looks like Beetlejuice, to be honest.
don't do the homie like that. That's fucked up.
See, imagine, boom, his face pops up, and I said that.
Oh, we can probably get it. Anyway.
Green
Yeah.
screen.
Projector.
Who's this guy?
That is Casey. Kichi. I don't know. Dude, I don't even fucking know.
And so, what is freshman list is new upcoming?
Upcoming, who's hot in the streets.
What?
that
I'll
type
tell
of
you,
shit.
if I was like somebody trying to make it in hip hop,
Yeah.
and I saw this list, I would feel very confident that
You were better.
that I could make it, because this is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're popping. I don't know who's listening to them. Nardo Wick, Doe,
The guys that we just saw at Chipotle.
Ducci. Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like it fits in for
This
those
is some
types.
Gen Z shit for
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
So Fago, which is a horrible name, but okay.
It's a fugazi.
Babyface Ray is tight. That was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Callie, never heard of her. Casey. Caucus? Cochise? Cochi means pig.
Cockhouse. Okay.
Clickle? Big 30. Ken the man, who's a female.
But like, Have you seen this freshman list before? Like this? Is
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And so, was there a time where you would look at the freshman list and there was just
Bro.
killers?
Bro,
Like a 2000
bro,
10
give me a second. Hold
freshman
on.
list.
2011. Let me see. 2011.
Had to be better.
Okay, so 2010, J. Cole, Pill, Nipsey Hussle, Freddie Gibbs, Big Sean, Wiz Khalifa, OJ the Juice Man, J. Rod, Fast Sean, shout out Fast Sean, and Donis. 2011, Meek Mill, Big Crit, Little Twist, Yellow Wolf, Fred, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mac Miller, YG, Kendrick.
That's fair.
And so just in,
Yeah, it was crazy.
10 short years.
I didn't realize how much, like, right after graduating high school, hip hop was really blowing up in terms of like
Shit was on fire,
quality
bro.
people coming out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good time.
That there was like a transitionary period, in my opinion, to where like you didn't have to be hard anymore. You can kind of just be yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, and it also seemed like it was more about the art of it than what it's turned into. Because now it's like, it almost feels like everybody's just put themselves into this category of like what these guys sound like.
Well, this is all like clout rap, basically. It's not.
Right.
It's just attention seeking.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking about the other day is like, I mean, maybe it already exists. I didn't search, but like, if you make an app about like teaching you how to freestyle,
Yeah.
I think that'd be sick. Like,
What do you
like
mean?
A B sets.
You just
and
do
then-
it.
Well, right, but you could say that about writing, and there's still like there's apps to help you write better, and like you know what I mean. So I'm just saying, if you had an app that was like for somebody that wants to be good at freestyling but doesn't know where to start, and it's like a guidance.
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of corny, but yeah, I hear you. Like, there's guys that, like, they have how can I say it? Like battle rappers, they have different like approaches and techniques, and they go really into like how you set up a sentence and like all that
Right.
what you're talking about,
Yeah,
the more
yeah.
technical aspect of.
Oh, but like
making
most
songs.
rappers don't do that.
No. And even especially like freestyle fools that just freestyle, it's all like off the top of the head, and then you get better by just doing it. Like we used to fuck around all the time and just me and the homie that isn't the homie anymore. We used to just hang out and just get drunk and freestyle for like an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like that's like
it
the
would
thing.
be something cool to get good at.
Yeah, when I was like in high school and shit, the guys would just sit at the table and the guys would just go. And then,
Yeah, no, I remember like being around people like that too, but it's just it seems I don't know, intimidating. Like because it's funny. Like I'm pretty quick with rhyming words and like having a pretty solid lexicon.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like, I mean, part of it's probably if you're put on the spot, it's difficult.
Oh.
And then I don't know. It's just it's a rhythm thing. Also, you want to be to a beat.
Yeah.
It's not just
Well,
saying
not
things.
anymore.
Right. Yeah. now it's
Not if you're Baby Tron.
right. Baby Tron.
Baby Tron. Big Scar. Look, I don't know if this is just if they're just gay. Saucy Santana.
Mm.
It's a big man with a big beard and big long nails.
Saucy.
I don't know what is going on here.
I don't understand the long nail thing.
That's like a hood thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I know like the long pinky nail.
These ones. Well, that's a coke nail, but
Yeah, but
nails like that, yeah. That's like
ugh.
yeah, it's not attractive. Have you ever seen that
It seems
picture of
so, like it would get in the way of everything.
wiping your ass? Yeah.
Just everything.
Have you seen that picture of a Saweetie with long nails?
Mm-mm. I think the first person I ever saw with long nails was Snoop Dogg on TV.
Yeah, that's kind of sus. I wasn't into that. Hold on. She's got this picture. Her nails are like at least 6-7 inches, bro. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's just, there's no point.
Nah, I'm not into that. I'm cool.
I think the girls with nails that long don't have clean butts.
Yeah, there we go. Right there.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do with it?
No idea, bro. Yeah, that's like ratchet shit. I'm straight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not a fan.
nah.
It's
But yeah, I mean, I guess anything goes nowadays. I don't know. I don't know. This guy, I don't know what his problem is. He's got lip gloss on.
where do we start? Just him and Lizzo go at it.
Dude, that looks like Lizzo's son.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Lizzo was like, this is my son, I'd be like, yeah, I bet. I had a feeling.
Yeah. A lot of body positivity going on there.
I mean, whatever. But it's just very strange. It's like nothing I've ever seen.
It's
Kind of like this economy.
this economy is it's not a recession, bro.
It's not?
That's
fuck.
that's what they're telling us.
You could have fooled me. What is it?
See what is the press secretary said.
The press secretary?
Yeah.
They're talking shit.
Yeah, she said that it's a transition, I believe. Let me see.
She looks like she's trying
It's
to.
we don't see a recession right now. We're not in a recession right now.
Whoops.
Oh, it just disappeared. It's a transition where we're going to go into a place of stable and steady growth.
She's talking like Kamala.
Yeah, she's all on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's people that are sitting at home that buy this?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people.
At least according to polls. I don't know how this polling's done. That's one of the weirdest things always to me is that I've never had a phone call to do a poll.
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
And you didn't do it, right?
Nah, fuck no.
So then, like, who are the people? Because that's the barrier to entry, right? It's like you need to get contacted first, and then you need to not only be contacted but be willing to participate.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be a representation of the feelings of Americans, right?
Yeah.
That type of person is already not like most Americans don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not even getting a real solid representation of what people like and don't like.
Well, I mean, if you call enough people, people are gonna answer. I guess it's a numbers game, right? Because polls aren't based off of a huge chunk of the population.
Yeah, no,
based off of a small
sample
portion.
size. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
But
mean, there's enough people that answer the phone and have nothing better to do.
But how scary is that there's still so many people that think that what's being done right now is being done correctly and that it's not our fault. It's all the fault of, geopolitics and everything that's going on overseas, and it's a transitionary period away from COVID, and it's like,
Well, people don't know.
but I mean,
people aren't
what
educated
people do know
enough on the
is
topics.
what they're paying for food, what they're paying for gas, what they're, it's like all
And
these,
that's what the problem is, because you can say one thing, people might not know what recession means, but they know that gas is way more expensive than it was when somebody else was in office.
right.
You know what I mean? Voldemort. You know what I mean? But
Voldemort.
yeah, he should not.
No, he's. I thought you were trying to say he's evil.
No, I fuck with that one. But
Yeah.
no, gas is up, food is up, clothes are up, everything is up. So like,
The price of everything is up and the quality of everything is down.
it's down.
So we just basically
Bad.
It's like an inverted chart.
Flipped it on its ass,
It's
as they say.
I,
Biden's over here giving back shots.
he's getting some kind of
He's over here
shots.
giving back shots, bro.
He's,
He's fucking us hard.
He needs to just get off that bicycle.
Biden on the bike? Nah, bro. He's got it.
He's got something.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
he's,
that shit too.
I mean, I understand like his foot just got caught in the peg,
Yeah, I can't.
but
Well, it looks like, is he wearing? Oh no, it's got the little strap,
yeah, he basically tried to slide his foot out
and he couldn't
got
do it.
hooked,
Yeah.
and he just tipped over. But maybe be a little more prepared. You're the leader of the free world.
You don't have to have the clips. You
Also
could
that.
just have pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's so intent. It's funny because there was probably an entire PR move behind this,
Yeah.
being like, all right, we have to show that he's still physically capable and that he can still he's still good. And
Yeah.
then the one thing he has to do right, he stops and then just topples over. and that's a PR nightmare. I don't care how much of it being like a little mistake that anybody can make it.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
No, definitely
Well,
not. And
I mean,
it's just another thing that everybody around the world.
He's
is
just
still
gonna make
doing.
fun of him for it forever.
Yeah.
Never.
But I mean, this is this is small time compared to the things that he's doing to this country.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
And some reporter asked him about there's increasing thought that we're headed into a recession, and he's like, don't say stuff like that. You sound like a Republican reporter. He's like, oh, I'm just kidding. It's like, and then he tries to say, I'm just kidding, but anyway, and it's like,
Oh wow.
how could you be in this much denial? You just told everybody that prices are going to continue to go up. We're going to struggle. It's
Yeah.
and then you're going to tell everybody it's not a recession.
But what is his reasoning?
That's transition. That's
Oh.
just like what she said. It's
Transition.
we're in a transitionary period where more people are getting back to work, so supposedly they want to blame everything on OPEC for raising gas prices because they know they can charge people since everybody's going back to work.
So I did see recently that we are almost at the same level of drilling within the country that we were before Trump got out of office. I've seen that we're catching up. Basically, we're almost there.
I'd have to see that because that just doesn't jive. When Trump was in office, we were completely independent off of anybody for oil,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're.
Oh, so we weren't importing any oil.
I don't know if we weren't importing any, but we were net exports, and
What's that mean?
like we were in the pluses on oil overall, and we had no issues there, and that it reflected in the gas prices. It was lower than it's been in a long time.
Like 250.
And then of course the Keystone Pipeline thing happened, and then when Biden got in, he canceled that.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's when people say, "Oh, well, the president doesn't control the gas prices," it's like, well, he does control the things that could affect gas prices, and he made those decisions. And he even said when he was debating Trump that we're gonna transition off of oil, and here we are. Now we get a,
Just talking about bullshit. You
Yeah.
can't transition off of something you need when you need it.
Yeah. Well, and it's like now in Germany is restarting their coal plants because they don't have enough energy because of being cut off from Russia, and it's like these are the things that we have been saying for years and years that we need to continue doing, and these climate activists are willing to do whatever it takes to sabotage it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's probably just misinformation at the end of the day. Because if you still think we're burning coal like we were in the early 1900s, it's not the same.
well, it's done in a much cleaner way.
Yeah. No.
And so there's the misinformation to the people, but there is somebody at the top that knows what they're saying is misinformation and is knowingly misleading people to believe these things. And yeah,
Welcome to the
conspiracy
Twilight
writing.
Zone. X-Files theme
Yeah.
music and shit.
I love that. The X-Files theme music was one of the
Yeah,
best
bro.
songs.
Fuck yeah. I love that show. With the past.
See, I never got into the show because I was so
Just
young
the
when
intro?
it was out. But every time I heard it coming on, I was like, man, sounds like some wild stuff's going on.
You know, at this point in your life, I think you appreciate the show.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of what you're talking about is going on in there.
it's a lot of alien stuff, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it all ties into the government being shady and
Oh, okay.
misinformation
Yeah,
and all bullshit.
well, that's a story as old as time.
A lot of conspiracy and all that.
That's conspiracies.
Oh yeah.
It's what do they say? The difference between facts and conspiracies is about 6 months.
Do they say that?
Yeah. You wait long enough and you find out that those conspiracies were true. Can you say conspiracy without getting limited on YouTube?
Limited. I don't know. We already did it like 4 times. So
Demonetized? That's what I'm saying. Conspiracy.
it looks like we're fucked.
Better wrap it up.
Demonetized. Bad
You
podcasting.
can't demonetize when you have no money.
When you have no monetized.
Can't
Or
do
demons.
something that you didn't do. That's
Yeah,
funny.
for real.
So,
Well, in other news, what comes to mind when I read this headline?
listening.
We just found out we're siblings, but we're still dating. How does that make you feel, Sonny?
Well,
What do you
That's,
think I'm about to say?
There's a few things I could guess that you're going to say, but what comes to mind? 2022. What comes to mind? What
Ain't
state?
that
What
crap?
state are they?
What state? Oh fuck, I don't know. Hopefully
Not in a good state. Of
not
mind.
in a better state. How about that? No, that doesn't say.
It doesn't say. That's so unfortunate. Or let's see.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they even look alike. So
They,
To act
they have
like-
like the same eyes.
yeah,
Yeah.
like why be so surprised?
Well,
It doesn't say in the right there.
no, it doesn't say what state. Not your average sisters. Oh my god. I'll just read it. Carly and Mercedes, who have been dating for 2 years, revealed that they might be half siblings after finding out Their mothers had relations with the same man. The pair, who also have an OnlyFans account with the handle "Not Your Average Sisters," shared the unsettling news in a clip that has been viewed over 6 million times on TikTok, leaving their 560,000 followers desperately urging them to get a DNA test.
Why do they have 560,000 followers?
Because they're lesbians, bro.
Is that what it is?
They're dating each other.
Yeah, no, but what's the following for? There's a lot of lesbians out there.
On OnlyFans.
Oh, is that what it said?
Yeah, they have an
Oh,
OnlyFans account.
OnlyFans. I thought it said TikTok. Okay.
Which is just insane.
Yeah.
You have an OnlyFans with yours.
Only stands.
When you find out 2 years into dating that your mom's both slept with the same guy,
So they have the same father.
they might. Wait, no. Yes, they might. Us and our happy dude. This is awful.
It's pretty bad.
This is not okay. So how do you feel about that? What would you do if you found out?
You know what? My dating life might be absolutely horrendous, but I wouldn't date my sister.
I wouldn't date my half sister.
I'll tell you, I draw the line somewhere.
You have to draw the line, bro.
Right.
They have an OnlyFans, huh? Let's go look at it.
Oh God.
What's it called?
Sibling.
What do you think they're gonna show right now? There's some stupid ass fucking. Let me see.
Is that their username?
Yeah, OnlyFans. I don't have an account. Do you have an account?
No. Yeah, use my login, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro. Onlyfriends.com. Off.
Aren't there people that do like non-sexual stuff on OnlyFans? Supposedly.
Supposedly is probably the right word. How do I look these bitches up? I've never been on here.
Is that them?
No, I didn't type them in. I don't know who these people are. Oh, it's just one person. What the fuck is this?
This is your favorite.
I don't have an account, my G. If I do, I'm not logged in.
I guess they just give you a profile to
Just one?
start it out, just to get you one.
Oh, I see what happened. When I looked it up, it was somebody specific. Let's see. Not sure. Like, yeah, this is off. Oh wow.
Full frontal.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Sister.
I'm looking at two pairs of cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a.
Could be men bent.
Looks like looks like 4 frozen pizzas. The underside, the backside is frozen pizzas. It's
Yeah.
not hot.
It looks like floss going between teeth. Doesn't it look like molars? There's some upside down
Just
teeth.
flossing your molars back here. You know? That's not hot. Yeah, well, I'm not paying for this,
No, absolutely.
but I
not.
wanted to see if they had some other
Free content.
more info. Amazon wishlist, of course. You know, we could probably find these stupid. Yeah, should we try to find them?
What? Nah.
Okay, whatever.
For what?
For the people, the
For
viewers.
the people? Just know that they're half sisters and they shouldn't be doing this.
They really shouldn't be doing this. This is not right.
They and they're not like hot. That's
I mean,
They're-
well, one of them's
average.
got dick envy, and the other one is just whatever.
Denby.
Denby. Or no, Denby.
Yeah, Denby. I guess you could say Denby. Denby or Denby.
Denby. Yeah, this isn't. No.
But it's like, I guess, that's where we're at as a society at this point.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, like anything goes, man. I guess. I bet you they go to EDC and Burning Man and shit.
mm-hmm.
You get clean.
Yeah, they got when they need a cleanse.
Did you see this meme? That meme of here, I'll show you real quick. That meme of like he's like, let's go to a festival, it'd be fun, bro. Did I say that?
It was the speakeasy.
No, there's that one too. So look,
Please, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
there's another one. Bro, please come to this festival with me, bro. It's only $400. We'll sleep in a tent and inhale dirt for 3 days, bro. It's really fun. There's no toilets. We can drink beer and walk 18 miles in 2 hours, bro. Yeah, hard pass.
Yeah, I mean, most people I know are at the point now where they'll at least like go stay at a hotel or something. Like
Yeah.
they're not roughing it that hard anymore.
Hell no. Wrong.
But yeah, initially I remember people doing it, and it didn't sound like a great time to spend that much money just to camp.
Yeah. No.
We could go camping somewhere that
To
doesn't
get bit by mosquitoes and
at
shit.
least has some shade.
And a view.
Yeah.
Yeah, the homie, he actually went to EDC this last time.
Oh.
And he left the people he came with. He came to kick it with me for a while. It was a whole thing.
Not
Yeah,
that
he
good
was
of a
feeling
time.
the same way. He got paired up. So they give you. He did the camping thing, right? Where you camp out there. So he got paired up. So his tent was right next to this like gay couple's tent, and you can. I don't think I need to,
Just some broke back.
tell you what else happened, but it was exactly what you thought.
Just breaking him in.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Steve. He's like, bro, what the fuck? He's like, why?
Yeah, that's oof. You think that's why Heath Ledger took himself out?
Was he gay?
Wasn't he in Brokeback Mountain?
I never seen that shit.
Me neither, but I mean, it was him and
Was it him?
I think it was him and Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
From what's it called? End of Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. End of Watch was good.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
I remember everybody wanted to be a cop after End of Watch.
I wanted to be a cop after End of Watch. I thought I found it. You know what I mean?
It was a sad movie.
The end was sad. The rest was good though.
Yeah, at the end of the watch.
Midnight, 12 o'clock.
The end of the watch was sad. But yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
him sleeping in the tent with Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I'm all right.
They were
We don't need that. My dating life ain't that bad.
lassoed each other up and
You're for real?
kept warm.
Oh my god.
I never watched it, but
You got hog
that's
tied.
the idea.
You got hog fried or
And
what?
then- he porked him. But
Fuck.
it's yeah, and then I feel like it was very soon after that he did Batman, and then
Did he leave a note, or was there any explanation as to why he killed himself?
he said, "Want to know how I got these scars?" No, I don't think so. I think he just got very into the role during the Joker thing,
Fuck out of here.
and then lost his mind.
I mean, I guess we need people like that
Yeah,
to get that deep.
we need
into
more
roles.
actors that get so deep into the roles they just quit.
I don't even know what to say to that,
They
bro.
just take
That's
themselves out afterwards.
Is it that serious?
No, it's not.
If that's the difference between winning an
An
Academy, an Oscar,
Yeah.
and not, like, I'm cool. Like, I get why Leo didn't get one until like 50. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's so crazy. The one he got it for was such a dumb movie in my opinion.
The Bear movie.
The only part that was cool in that whole movie was when he got attacked by the bear.
Yeah.
And it's like that's all CGI. It's
Revenant,
It's
right?
not like he. Yeah. It's not like he was the one that.
It's not like there was a real bear there.
The bear was the best actor. That's who should have won.
Nah, dude. Leo, he's a goat, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's yeah.
It's like Leo and Denzel. Those are.
I think there's only aside from Revenant, I'm trying to think if there's movies. I mean, I never watched Aviator.
You never seen Titanic?
Of course, I saw something. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I'm saying, like
Wolf of
most
Wall
of his
Street.
movies are great. Wolf of Wall Street's probably in my top 5 movies all time.
Wow.
Yeah. Inception, obviously, was good.
Inception. I've never seen Inception.
Inception. It's on Netflix.
I
Inception
don't
was
watch
good.
TV, man.
That's true. You don't. TV be watching us.
TV be watching me.
We be crap. What TV?
I don't sit and watch TV. TV sit and watch me.
That's right.
I sit on TV and
Fair
watch
enough.
me.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Praise God.
We
Where we at?
Oh boy.
Oh shit!
What's today's date?
Today is
How long is
the 21st, my G.
So we're solid. What? 12 days, 13 days away from
Dude. What's the
UFC 276,
276. We just watched 275, and let me tell you,
which was an epic
that shit was a
barn
fucking
burner.
banger.
Yeah, it was.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Glover Teixeira, man.
Yeah, bro.
Was
OG.
it 42 years old?
Hanging in there with
And
some
just banging
big ass white boy.
with the best. Yuri,
Yuri.
the Czechoslovakian.
That fool could have won it in the third, but he wanted to be a fucking goofball and dance and do all kinds of
It's true. Man.
hair flips and
They
shit.
both gave each other ample opportunity to win the fight,
Yeah.
and it just kept bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this fight card coming up, I plan on watching it. I don't know where yet, but it will be watched.
Shit.
We have Izzy Adesanya,
Izzy. Style bender.
the
right?
last style bender,
Dang.
versus I never pronounce his Jared Cannonier.
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 Cannoneer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good. He's got heavy hands. I think that
I've never seen him fight.
Izzy's probably gonna pick him apart.
Probably.
But it's good to see Izzy fight somebody besides rematches all the time. So
Really?
I'm happy to see new blood. And then the fight I'm really looking forward to is the Volkanovski Max Holloway fight.
Holloway's a G.
Holloway's a banger. Volkanovski's game.
Mm-hmm.
Volkanovski just had a crazy fight against Ortega, so I expect that to be probably the fight of the night.
Against Ortega. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Ortega actually almost choked him out in I think the first round. Like had it deep, and
How deep? All the
I'm
way?
talking brain veins just like about to pop.
Oh Jesus.
And he didn't tap. He escaped it.
Dope.
And it was one of the. If you would watch that fight, you would probably be like, oh, the Glover Share fight and that, or like, there's only a handful of fights that you're gonna remember forever.
Yeah.
And that
That's
was
one of
definitely
them.
one of them.
That's dope.
And then super underrated fight is that Sean Strickland Alex Pereira fight, because Alex Pereira, I don't know if everybody knows this, but he is the only person to have ever knocked out Izzy, and he just
Really?
recently entered the UFC. That's why his record's so small.
5-1, yeah.
But he was a beast kickboxer.
Where was he fighting?
That's where he fought Izzy at, was in kickboxing.
Oh, really?
I don't know the kickboxing
okay.
leagues,
Got you.
but I know that he was the only guy to ever knock him out.
No shit.
So he's this is like his first big name fight. Like Sean Strickland's an up and comer.
Yeah.
So if he wins that, it'll put him in the title picture. Everybody wants to see Pereira fight Izzy in the
Yeah.
UFC just because that's
The dynasty factor.
exactly, and it'll prove if Izzy really is the best, or if there was a guy waiting in the wings the entire time. And then of course you got Cupcake Tate taking on Lauren
She's
Murphy.
still fighting?
Yeah, she shouldn't be, but
I was
she
gonna say,
is.
didn't her ear blow off?
The only
or
good
something?
thing is shout out to Lauren Murphy, man. This girl just takes a beating every time I watch her fight.
She's got the face
she
of
just,
a chick you could
she
hit.
keeps walking and just keeps getting hit. And
She's
some
Frankenstein.
some people at the end of the day, some people get paid to be a punching bag, and
I can see how that
I
works.
guess they're necessary just like any other. Somebody takes the beating in every job,
You got to spar with somebody.
whether you're a prostitute or a fighter. Somebody takes the beating.
Somebody's getting his ass. ripped. Sugar Sean
I don't know.
O'Malley's coming up too.
I really don't understand how that fight's not above the Misha Tate fight, but
I don't think it's
that fight's gonna be
any sort of
great.
ranking.
O'Malley and this is the order in which you're gonna see it on the main card.
Okay.
So it's Pedro Munoz is good. He's got heavy hands, and
Sugar
O'Malley
Sean.
is people are expecting him to get in the title picture soon. So
What for bantamweight?
I think
Bantamweight?
so. Yeah, bantamweight.
What weight is that?
Let's see, 125, or maybe 135.
Midget wrestling or what?
They're tiny, dangerous guys, man.
Just socking the shit out of each
Yeah,
other.
yeah. O'Malley's fun to watch. He's very entertaining. Got heavy hands for his size, for sure. But
Yeah, you ever met a guy that's like probably like 5'4", 5'5", but just has a fucking glove?
oh,
That shit's
I
weird.
remember at the Hook Lounge I always used to go to. We had one of those bags that you can hit,
Yeah.
and the guy that always had the record was probably 5'5",
Yeah.
and just a heavy hand. And this guy worked at like Craig and Auto Parts.
Just fucking mechanic. That's why. Yeah.
No, like store guy, like just regular.
Just normal.
Yeah, just like unsuspecting, just little Mexican guy, and just man, his hands were heavy. When he would hit it, it was just like a bang. You
Yeah.
would hear it every time,
Yeah.
and yeah, he always had his movement was so on lock. You
Yeah,
never
you just knew
saw
what
him
he was
hit in
doing.
person, but yeah, he hit the shit out of
Stand
the guy.
down for that.
Yeah. Well, there's it's like the Hook Lounges. There was always fights and stuff, but yeah, he was actually even a Cole boy at the Hook Lounge for a while.
A call boy?
Cole boy.
Cole
Like,
boy.
Yeah,
Got it,
yeah,
got it.
Coles.
Man, I used to smoke the shit out of some hookers, man. Those were the days.
They were the days.
Oh, well,
I
yeah.
miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were.
I don't know
good
how
times.
we show up with no money and ended
No,
up with like
just-
3 hookahs.
Yeah. Just figuring out your
We
finances.
had nothing. I remember taking coins a couple times.
Yeah. I remember for a while, I made this deal with the hookah lounge owner that I would make these promo designs for him,
Yeah.
and he would give me free hookah when I did it.
Fuck yeah.
And I told all the waitresses that it meant that I get free hookah every time I come in, and they didn't ask any questions. So I'm talking about like probably a solid 3 months before
yeah.
all of a sudden he comes up to me one day at the pool table and he's like, Sonny, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, they just told me you've been telling.
Oh.
And I was like, Mo, I thought that's what you said.
Of course his name's Mo.
Yeah, Mo Shoreline, man.
Mo Shoreline.
Well, he owned Shoreline at the time, so that's what everybody called him. And then
That is-
his brother owned Twilight, which was the other big hookah lounge when he was in Fullerton.
Yeah.
So they like both owned it. Totally, just you know what? I'm gonna keep it cool. They were owners. I'm not gonna split any hairs or step on any toes. Owning a business is owning a business.
It is not easy.
I just
I thought we were gonna split hairs here.
are we gonna split hairs?
No, we're not splitting hairs.
I just don't want to, I don't want to insult specific people that can be researched easily. That's, I want to, other than Biden.
Joe motherfucker.
Joe Byron.
Joe Biden. Yeah, pretty much. And
Yeah, but yeah, those were the days, man. It was I enjoyed myself a hookah. It would also force me to get stuff done, especially if I had laptop work, because I could always go to a hookah lounge and do some work on the laptop, whether it's with Lifted and Gifted, even homework for school. Really, I mean, I was always it was either that or at my place.
Yeah.
A lot at my place as well.
Well, we used to have to go out. We'd go out there and hookah was like $12, and it'd be like 5 of us.
12's not bad.
Maybe 12, 13, something like that. It
Yeah.
definitely wasn't 20 yet. This was a while back, 10
Yeah.
years ago.
Well, the big thing that really messed up the hookah scene was smoking. Well, at least in California, was smoking got moved up to 21, and the hookah crowd used to always be there.
It was always 18 to
year-olds.
21, yeah.
So you
'Cause
cut
there's
out,
nothing
you cut
else you
out
could
basically
fucking
a
do.
3-year group of people that would have been buying hookahs that are now.
And people that are older, they don't go to fucking bar. They go to the club.
I mean, other than like old Arabs. Yeah.
Or a bar. Yeah. Your
But
clientele
I'll
is
tell
a
you,
bunch of...
I remember the last time I went to a hookah bar in California before I couldn't smoke ever again was there's a place called Nubia in California. Great food, atmosphere's pretty dope.
We're at though.
It's in Anaheim,
Oh.
and it's basically when you walk in, it looks like a tiny little coffee shop,
Yeah.
and then as you go through the back, it opens up in this giant like covered patio, and I'm talking about it could seat easily 200 people. I mean,
Oh,
we're talking
really?
like a
Wow.
huge patio, and that place would get packed,
Yeah,
and it's
really.
all. That place stayed busy because it had so many loyal like Arab customers that were just traditionalists, like old people, young people, didn't matter.
You
Like
just
all these
smoke mint
people
and
were
shit.
always mint, double apple grape,
Yeah.
like
Double apple hits, bro.
Yeah, it
Fuck.
does. Yeah. Oh man, I would love.
I haven't hit a double apple in a minute.
Yeah. So we would go there a lot, and then during Ramadan they would be open until like 6 in the morning because they couldn't eat
Yeah,
until
yeah.
and we'd be there all night. It was a good time. And so yeah, they kept their customer base, but all those hookah lounges that were depending on that like club vibe for like the
Yeah.
young people,
Gone.
they burnt out. There's
Yeah.
there's just nothing there. I was always blown away by how like relatively small the hookah scene was in Vegas when I moved out here. I was just like,
I don't know, we got a bunch of other shit, you know.
it's true, but like, yeah, I guess Little Darlings is 18 and over, right? So it's like,
I think you can get
and there's
hookah.
hookahs.
A
But
hookah and a daiquiri.
yeah, I was just shocked. It was like a culture shock because you go from one place where it's like so poppin' and
Yeah.
so many females and just it was like a total club vibe. Then you come out here and it was like Hookah Masters has like this giant building bigger than Shoreline with like 4 people
Yeah,
sitting.
4
It's
tables.
like, all right,
Yeah.
well, that's disappointing.
Where were the spots we used to go to? Karma. We went to Karma a
Karma.
couple times, remember?
That was up north, right?
Yeah, they moved it because it was over here,
Yeah.
off of Jones or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karma and Hookah Masters. And
Yeah.
then,
Consistency wise, Layla's was the best.
Layla's.
It wasn't like a very great club vibe, but
I mean, shit. Don't tell the people that go there that.
the Bosnian.
They thought it was fucking Albanian.
Albanian.
Albanian. Yeah, Albanian gangster.
Yeah, it was just setup wise, it wasn't built to be as social
No.
as like other hookah lounges.
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if like it kind of fell off in entirety. I feel like you went from a stage of like Tyga rapping about hookahs,
Yeah.
Drake having hookahs everywhere he's at,
Yeah.
and then now you don't really hear much about it anymore.
I guess in hindsight, we kind of it got popular when our
Yeah.
generation was.
Well, basically in that time that you were showing me that freshman list, like 2010,
yeah.
at least in California, that scene
it's
was
cracking.
enormous.
Yeah.
Like it was big. More people were going to that than they were going to any clubs that I knew of in California. Like I would show up to Shoreline on a Friday night,
Yeah.
and the line would be out and wrapping around the building.
Yeah.
And thank God I knew like the owners and I was in because I could just walk in. But
Yeah.
I don't know how people sat there. There's no way. It wasn't worth it. Like in my head, if I knew I had to wait in that, there's no way. Although, see, I say that, but Fusion Hookah Lounge was this other place in Anaheim that was like a fancy hookah lounge, and I waited in some lines to get in there. So, but it was just the servers so fine. The people, the women that went there, it was like top notch. It was like an upper echelon like hookah lounge.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it was in like a way more ghetto area than the hookah lounge I went to.
Right.
But
where was it? You used to go over Newport Beach.
Sunset Beach.
Sunset
so like
Beach.
what is that? Northern Huntington, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nice area and everything. Walking distance from the beach.
Right.
It was in the harbor, so like it was like waterfront basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was awesome location, great time, a lot of fights, but good time. I had the key to the upstairs bathroom. It was good times.
Hell,
it was yeah, couldn't have really asked for better than that. That's why moving to Vegas was such a culture shock because I had it made and then.
Especially at that time, it wasn't really much. Well, there was, but it just was. It's different, similar but different out here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm just thankful to have lived all of that and gotten through it to where I can like look back and not like, there's nothing that affected me from those days. It's like you could easily have gotten DUIs, car accidents.
Yes.
Like there's like so much opportunity for things to go wrong at that age that I'm just
very lucky,
very grateful that everything.
Very lucky, nothing.
But yeah, it's
kiss nothing. None of that die slow.
Right, and there's just plenty of people that aren't so lucky. So
like Biden, when he fell off
Biden
a bike,
on a bicycle.
Biden on a bike. Should have had a
You
trike.
heard of Elf on a Shelf?
No, you gotta catch it.
Yeah, we're not freestyling. I don't know what you're thinking is happening.
Biden on the bike. Should have been a trike.
Looking like a
looks
dyke.
white. Looking like a dyke. That fool's
Psych.
white. Oh, all right. Anyways,
Part of the Third Reich.
I feel bad for him, man. He's old, bro. 79 years old, man. That's when people retire, or that's when people die.
I have a hard time feeling bad for that guy. He's an evil person.
He's not there.
He's an absolute evil person.
Maybe in the past.
That's like if I had to watch Hitler go through old age and like make a fool of himself and piss his pants or something.
All right.
I wouldn't be like, you know what?
Are you
I feel bad for that old man.
Are you comparing Biden to Hitler?
All right, I'll go easier. Who's another?
No,
person?
but is that what you were doing?
Yeah, it was, but I mean, you're right. That's not a fair
Okay.
comparison. So what would be? Let's see. He's pretty evil though. I'm trying to think. What would be like like Bill Clinton? Like I don't feel bad for Bill Clinton.
What'd he do?
How many rapes? How many rapes and visits to Lolita,
Bro, you say
Lolita's island?
Oh, okay.
He's done his
I
fair.
don't pay attention to any of this,
That's
bro.
true.
So
That's why I'm gonna be running the political show. Lee's gonna be running reactions.
reactions, aka
React.
album reviews. I just got really uncomfortable right now. That was weird.
Oh man.
But yeah, I don't pay attention to any of this shit, bro. So like when
That's why
when
you
you
should
tell me
have
shit,
your
like I'm
person.
like okay, like, I don't
Yeah.
fucking know, and I'm not gonna.
Just know that
Look
I'm
it up.
never out to mislead you.
Well,
or you.
I wouldn't have hung out with you if I thought that.
Gotcha. I'm just kidding. You've been tricked.
Idiot. Anyways, yeah.
Speaking of idiots,
who Biden?
the Uvalde Police Department.
Oh, see. Let's
Jesus.
pull this shit up because you were telling me about
Hot
this,
off the press.
and I almost called the president.
We got the boulders back.
You gotta brush that back road, baby. Oh,
Ooh, we got nails.
have you seen her before surgery?
Before surgery?
Yeah,
Sweetie?
Saweetie.
Are you talking about her nails or
No, her
face?
face.
No.
Her as a person.
Like she got
she got it all, bro. She got the full
Botox and
package.
stuff.
Saweetie. Let's look it up real quick since we're
Uvalde on hold.
before
Maybe.
Quavo, no, before surgery. They're trying to scrub the internet of this shit,
Yeah.
but you will not.
God still.
Yeah, but she looks so much better as opposed to getting bimbo-fied.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like
ridiculous.
this whole thing that it makes all the women look vaguely the same. Like it doesn't even matter black or white. Like they all take on this same like general look. Yeah.
I mean, she looked better, but
Yeah, but like, is she wearing makeup there though?
I don't.
I mean,
think
she's
so.
wearing a little bit, but not like
No, not
there's
like
way
that.
more makeup.
That's-
So like, I would need to see her made up in her normal before. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? Is that
I don't know who the fuck this is. That's Quavo's sister.
Quavo's sister? Could get it.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
You like what's her name? Tony Braxton. You know who that is?
I know the name. I don't know if I know what she looks like.
She looks like Tony Braxton, lucky. In the 90s.
Braxton. Yeah, absolutely.
You like that, huh? Damn.
What, do you not?
No,
How
no,
do you say no? I don't
It's
like
just-
that.
You don't like that? I don't like boy hair either.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dennis
but
Rodman.
I mean,
Dennis Rodman.
You like that? That fool.
It's funny that Dennis was like allowed to be sus before it was
Being
ever
sus.
acceptable.
Before it was cool.
Yeah,
It's because he'll beat your ass.
yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
You're not gonna tell the
we live in a
crazy shit.
timeline where that dude met Kim Jong Un.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Weird, stranger than fiction.
Wait a minute. That's Beyonce.
That is Beyonce.
I thought that was her.
I think that's Tony Braxton.
Yeah, that obviously.
That's Tony and Beyonce.
Is that Brandy?
I thought Brandy was cute.
You like Brandy?
She had a hell of a forehead, but
So does Rihanna.
yeah.
Rihanna got a break, bro.
Yeah, no, she does for sure.
Rihanna. Let me see. You like Brandy, huh?
It's funny because the chick that ASAP cheated on Rihanna with is way hotter
Of course.
than Rihanna. You're not gonna cheat now.
Fuck no. At that level? Moesha?
You
like
know,
Moesha?
Kobe went to prom with Brandy.
I didn't know that.
Search Kobe Brandy. Go for sure.
They,
Brandy Kobe in there.
No, fuck that. Kobe first. Mamba.
Yeah. Shout out to the Mamba. Things were better when he was around. Yep.
The world hasn't been the same since Kobe left. Oh, no shit. Ain't that some shit?
Yep.
Was Kobe already popular by the time he was in going to prom and shit?
Yeah, because he was hyped up as a prospect in the
okay.
NBA.
I guess back then, being
Yeah.
talked about on TV.
But I mean, the
was
hype
like a
was relative because he was very hyped up in Philadelphia.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like being on
Nationally-
TV back then is a bigger deal than it is now. Like,
Right.
nobody would give a shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I can't name. one
At the
high school
time,
player.
I think the biggest thing surrounding his name was he was the youngest player drafted in the league
Oh yeah,
ever
of
at the
course.
time.
Yeah.
So
he's popping.
yeah,
That's 1 million followers in today's.
yeah, but he
today's
still
world.
went like what 15th or something.
Did he?
15, 12.
Dude, he stayed. He was with the Lakers the whole time, huh?
Yeah, but he was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, and then the Charlotte Hornets traded for Kobe, or they traded for Vlade Divac
What an idiot.
and Eddie Jones. I want to say for Kobe. I think that's what it was.
Was that a good trade?
It was so at the time you couldn't have known, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he's like just starting out, and his rookie year he kind of played like crap because he didn't get a lot of minutes, and when he came in he didn't play well. So
17.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
With a bunch of 28-year-olds.
but yeah, after that was a wrap. He stayed with the Lakers forever.
No shit.
The only person to outdo him was Dirk Nowitzki, 21 seasons.
With the same team.
Yeah, Dallas.
I think Dirk. He's always been there. Right?
Yeah, he was from the start.
Fucking
Yeah,
giant.
they found him in Germany and they brought him over. And
I thought he was like Russian or something.
no, Dirk Nowitzki, he was straight from Germany. He like didn't speak
Yeah,
English.
Of course not.
Yeah, just a total freak athlete at the time. Didn't see a lot of guys that could shoot from the outside at that size.
How tall is he? Like 7?
No, he's like 6'10", 6'11", something like that.
Who's counting?
So,
after 6
well,
nine?
so when you get into those positions for basketball, it's like it kind of makes a difference. I know what you're saying, but
Lamar Odom can shoot pretty well, yeah. From the
yeah,
outside.
also
He's pretty tall.
Yeah, I mean he's no Dirk, but he was definitely a good player in his own right. I loved Lamar when he was on the Lakers, man.
Yeah.
He stepped up in big moments for the Lakers.
What about Rick Fox? Was he ever good?
He had his moment. Rick Fox was one of those guys that would bail you out when things aren't going well. Like he would just like knock down threes. Him and Brian Shaw. I don't know if you remember Brian Shaw, but they would just like timely threes, like timely plays that like when things just weren't
He
going
made
well,
that
it would
account.
like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then on steroids, that a version of that on steroids is Robert Ory. Robert Ory was just like the guy that just big shots, just one after another.
I think I remember Robert Ory. Wasn't he short?
Well, no, he was like 6'10". He was a power forward.
Maybe not.
He won more rings than Kobe, I think, because he ended up going to San Antonio and won some.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think he got 6.
So all
Six
that
or
that
seven.
whole generation's gone now. Huh? They're all out basically.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if anybody's left.
LeBron kinda. He came around like 05, 06, right?
Yeah, but he's not even part of that. Like, I'm trying to think the last person of that generation. Probably Vince Carter was probably the last person of that generation. He stopped last season. Yeah. Not this last season, but the one before. Yeah. Vince Carter was, in my opinion, the best dunker of all time.
Yeah.
He was, his dunk contest, still to this day, I don't think anybody touches it. It was insane dunk contest.
Never seen him.
Really? Oh, that's a video to watch for sure.
Pay attention to none of that.
That's big time. Yeah, I miss old league. Like my growing up time of being a fan of basketball was, I thought it was more fun than it is today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. What's the main difference?
Just style of play. Like Steph Curry completely changed it to this outside shooting. Like you never had people checking up threes.
You're basically just boxing for points instead of trying to knock somebody out.
Because there's still like an art to being really really good at shooting threes.
Right.
But it's just different. The pace of play, how rough you're allowed to be with players is different. The toughness of players is different. It's just it's just
So players
it's a
are
different
soft
game.
now, is what you're saying?
Definitely softer, yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think I did something like that when the Olympics was around, and they were the refs weren't calling fouls like they were like in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know, the guys were like, "What the fuck, for real?" You know,
Yeah.
they were like tripping out.
100%. Well, it's weird. Like the Olympics is, it was always supposed to be that if you're a professional athlete, you don't compete in the Olympics.
Except for basketball.
Yeah, which is always like weird. I mean, it was because the U.S. wants to compete.
We probably win anyways, honestly, but
It's tough to say. These years it's different. There's a lot of good players in
we have
Euro leagues.
every NCAA player.
Yeah, but I mean,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, and that's true because the professionals that play in the NBA that would play for other countries wouldn't be allowed to play either because they're professionals.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's true. Yeah, we would probably win.
And our collegiate system is
Yeah. Well, and I guess it doesn't only work for us because their professional European basketball players are also playing. So yeah, it's just kind of like nobody's following that rule, I guess.
it's one of those things.
Speaking of not following rules, the Uvalde Police Department decided that during an active shooting, the best course of action is to stand in the hallway of the school for an hour and not check to see if the doorknob turns. So, for all the gun grabbers out there, riddle me that. I can't wrap my head around it. I feel like the more we find out about this entire shooting, it gets more and more disturbing as it goes on.
Yes.
Like I don't know how you can be a police officer trained to go into a firefight when something goes wrong and stand across a room that you know children are being slaughtered in and not even try to go open the door and be told to stand down by whoever was in charge.
That I did hear about.
Yeah.
That they could have. Wasn't it like the parents that went in or something like that?
Well, there was a mom that got detained, got released, and then, so she tried to run in, got detained, got released, then she ran in again, got through, and got her kids out.
Jesus.
And that was more determination in one woman than the entire police force.
So you're saying it's a false flag?
It's hard to say, but I know that standing there for an hour while kids get shot in the head is
That's a bad look.
yeah.
And
I
don't even know what happened. I don't know the backstory, so
disturbed kid with a history of mental issues, just like every other situation.
of course.
I see the numbers changed. I'll be safer and say about $5,000 worth of equipment.
Yeah.
Shoots his grandma in the face.
Oh shit.
And then drives over to the school, heads in, and starts just
whoever.
killing all the students in his classroom. And the parents are lined up outside screaming at the cops to go in. cops aren't doing anything.
Why wouldn't they go in? What was the excuse?
They're just saying it was a massive failure on the part of
Sounds like
the
some bullshit.
leadership.
That doesn't even sound.
Yeah. Well, and to me, it's like, what the real fault is, I don't know. But what I do know is that when you harp on defunding the police for a year and making cops the villain for a year, it starts to. If I were a police officer, I'd feel like nobody cares about me. Nobody, like, what I do, all they're looking for with me as a police officer is to make sure I do something wrong so they can get on me about it. And I'm not saying that's the right thing. I'm saying that
So they do something wrong on purpose?
No. And so I'm saying that could lead to these disenfranchised police officers being like, you know what? It's not my problem anymore. Like, I'll deal with the aftermath and whatever the technicalities and these interviews and all this stuff, but I'm not going to deal with the real bad stuff because but that's what's happening on a micro scale when you look at theft, homicides, crimes that are going up. Like, they just released an article today that Chicago PD will no longer chase certain crimes. Like, when people run away, they're going to let the people run away because it's too dangerous to chase them.
Yeah.
It's like...
Well, I mean, this is completely different, but...
No, but I'm saying that...
So is that what you think? You think that because of...
I think severe mismanagement is...
But do you think because of what you just said, cops feeling disenfranchised or whatever, or marginalized, do you think that's why they didn't go in, or do you think...
No. What I'm saying is that the quality of who you have in power suffers when people don't want to put up with the stigma of being a police officer anymore. Because then what you're left with is not people that are in it with, like, honor and, like, bravery and, like, wanting to do this thing. You have people left that are like, I'm going to punch the clock and I'm going to go park over there. Yeah. And then I'm going to try to do the least amount possible so I can get this paycheck.
What do you think happened in this specific case? Or what do you know that happened? Or what is their excuse for not...
It's hard to say. Like, if you go the conspiracy route...
Well, what's the excuse, though? What are they telling people?
Oh, that's the thing. There is no answer. All they're saying is severe, severe mismanagement or something. It was a complete failure.
A complete failure?
Something like that. Abject failure.
Abject failure. Oh, that's even worse.
So
not abject.
don't say it.
Don't say that.
So, I mean, if you look at the lead sheriff or whatever involved, and again, this is like put your conspiracy hat thing on. It's he was like a big donor, or he was a donor for Beto O'Rourke, who's trying to take away guns. You know, like there's factors that are involved in like why they could be reacting this way and allowing for, like, if let's say you were to make a false flag, right?
Yeah.
And you need somebody that's in charge that's not going to get in the way of a false flag taking place.
Yeah.
That's what you would do, right? You would say, stand down.
So on the Alex Jones...
Wait till all the kids are shot, and then
go on the Alex Jones side of things.
Right, exactly. But
like, why wouldn't they just, like, I don't know, if I knew there was a bunch of kids, elementary school kids getting shot, I mean...
You go in.
Yeah. Like, well, I'm not waiting to...
And as a parent, if it's my kid, I don't even care. They had riot shields and rifles. As a parent, I'll go in with nothing.
Mom, she went in...
Well, she went into a part of the school. I don't know if it was the room. It wasn't the room that the kid was shooting.
It was in a room?
Yeah, he was shooting. It was basically, he was in a room, and he shot all the kids. And they knew which room it was, but they basically stood at the end of the hall with riot shields and rifles, but they didn't go to the room.
I didn't know that. I thought they were waiting.
So the door that was unlocked the whole time was the door into that room. And they never even checked.
Oh, shit.
By the time they went to the room, they breached the door. They didn't even try to open the door.
What the fuck?
Right. So it's an abject failure.
Oh, yeah. And he's in the room? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I got a gun, right?
Oh, you have a gun, a riot shield, and other people with guns and riot shields. That's what I'm saying. And it wasn't like, it was a split-second thing. We had...
No.
It was an hour. An hour.
He had the kids hold hostage for an hour.
They were the cops were inside there in the hallway for an hour before they went in. I don't know how else you explain it. Exactly. And
that's awful.
And that's the thing is, I bet if they dig more, it's going to get even more disgusting.
That's awful.
It's the entire thing is.
I don't even know what to say.
It's terrible. And there's so many kids that didn't need to lose their lives. The other thing that if you look at is the 9/11 call log. There was calls that were coming in consistently.
One step at a time.
What?
You're talking about 911.
Yeah.
You said 9/11.
Sorry.
Hold on, let's finish here.
I don't know why I said 9/11. The 911 call log was basically like people saying like there's a shooter, there's still people alive,
Jesus Christ,
and they just weren't responding. And yeah,
What the
it's just
fuck?
a total nightmare. The entire.
What is
thing
this, like a small town or something?
Uvalde? I don't know. It's supposedly where Matthew McConaughey is from.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I don't know the population of Uvalde.
Let me look it up. Volva.
Uvalde.
Uvalde.
Uvalde, Texas is right there.
Where's that, my G?
Population.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, it's
so
a
it's
tiny
a small
town.
small
Yeah.
town.
Next to Mexico.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude. I had no idea. See? Oh, they got video too? I don't even want to watch that shit. I'm
Yeah, it's
going to call the president.
it's not pretty. It is not pretty.
Damn.
But then that's kind of my whole thing with everybody jumped on the boat of gun grabbing and that it's the guns problems.
Yeah,
If
well,
you
some
just-
people.
it just-
not-
yeah, with us, yeah. If you just look at this, it's like you have so many lines of defense that didn't operate as needed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
They
true.
could have stopped this way earlier.
Yeah.
Not even just the police department, but the warnings that were given about this kid and his mental health issues. The fact that he was on some kind of it was like a French social media app or something, saying that he's gonna go and kill everybody, and the app just basically deleted his comment. That was like their security. They just deleted the comment.
Well, I mean, people talk probably a bunch of shit all day.
Right, but when
Yeah.
when there's death threats,
No, but I hear you.
it's supposed to be a red flag.
Yeah, but I mean,
And if
people.
you want to put a red flag anywhere, that would be where it's at.
But then
by
that
law.
reaches over into censorship pretty quick, right? What's right, what's wrong.
It's a fine line.
But regardless, I hear what you're saying.
So it's
Yeah.
and like I said,
Man.
I'm sure more will come out about it.
Oh,
and
for sure. That's
21 people that don't get to live the rest of their lives.
yeah. I mean, it's either you have no guns or you should have guns should be free. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't.
I'm all about. Well, I've actually discussed this before. I don't know if I've talked to you about it, but I'm a huge proponent of mandatory military service for the country.
Oh yeah.
But not active military. But I think that you should
Like
do
everybody's
reservist
National Guard
training.
status.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and I think
That's
that-
real.
I think it would help the country in so many ways. People would be, first of all, they'd be knowledgeable about guns.
Yep.
There would be leadership qualities that are gained after high school, respect for authority. I mean, organization skills. I mean, you name it, cleanliness. Like, you would be building literally a society of like well put together human beings. And right.
Yeah,
like
they're a lot
how-
more responsible.
Yeah.
At least in
Yeah,
in
definitely.
large.
And it's not that you're not gonna have bad apples; they're always gonna exist.
Everybody's gonna have skin in the game a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, we're all gonna have some sort of thing that unifies us.
Well,
as-
and it's
as
like you see all these other
Americans.
countries that are competing with us. Their kids are disassembling rifles and putting them back together.
They are. What country?
In Russia, my dad had to do rifle training.
Oh,
Like it's just a thing that you do. It's not like, oh, we're gonna
yeah.
make sure that you coddle these kids and they can't be around. It's like, no, you make sure that everybody is prepared for anything, and then if you're walking around and you think you're gonna shoot a bunch of people, but you know that everybody has had some kind of training and might be armed,
Yeah.
chances are you're gonna rethink things.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
If there's a sign that says no guns allowed on this premises and everybody around here is anti-guns, you have just sitting ducks everywhere.
Yeah.
And no wonder these guys do these things.
Yeah, I that's probably the real question is why? Like why
Mental health.
yeah, but I mean what's making this like the most popular way of doing
Fluoride in the
Fluoride.
water.
Turning the frogs gay. Was he gay?
He was a frog.
He was a frog. Fuck.
Little known fact about the Uvalde shooter.
He was. Did he kill himself?
Good question. Did he kill himself?
I hope so.
I thought he was taking. Well, they probably killed him.
I hope they killed him.
Yeah, holed up and killed him.
Good.
Yeah, it's I'm always torn about it because it's like, is there something to be had information-wise out of these people before they get killed?
I'm sure there is somewhere. You know what I mean? But like you kind of have to be on the watch.
But they got the Buffalo shooter, right? The white supremacist guy or whatever.
They did.
Yeah.
Yes, they
So
did.
hopefully they're digging through his mind. But
Yeah.
That was another weird. Did you hear that story?
I heard a little bit.
There was
I
like
just
this
seen it happen.
huge black guy they interviewed that basically the day before sat out front of the store with that kid
Yeah.
and asked him, like, the kid said he was going on some trip and that's why he was at that grocery store, and he had a shirt that said like certified genius or something on, and so the black guy was like, what, like, just asked him about the shirt.
Yeah.
They had this full conversation about like politics, like all different kinds of things,
Yeah.
and like didn't really think anything of it, so thought he was a pretty reasonable guy. Next day, the guy
Yeah.
comes back, and that same guy, he always hangs out at that bench,
Yeah.
the same dude that they interviewed. And he was like, that day, a security guard happened to tell me that we can't have loitering in this area. And he's like,